Welcome back to Nights HQ. How's it going, Jay Nelson, the one and only?
I didn't think we were doing it that way, but we're doing it that way. Lav is doing the intro. I'm very good. How are you?
I thought, well, you could do the intro, but it would be...
No, I'd much rather, yeah.
Nights HQ.
Correct. How are you? How's your week?
It's been good, but I am tired. Didn't get to bed till 3.
Too much Olympic fever?
Yeah, watched Naomi Fox win gold. Cried about it.
It's a niche thing to be the nation's darling canoe family, right?
But can we talk?
Yeah.
My hot take is that kayak cross is the rugby league of boats.
Yeah, see, can you explain it to me? Is it a race? How many people are in it? I didn't watch it.
Mostly kayaking is time trial stuff.
Yeah.
This, you shoot off a platform and then you have to go around these things and then you have to do a full loop upside down.
Yeah.
But it's full contact. So you can just...
So is it you and one other person?
There's 4 people.
4 people, yeah, got ya.
You can literally get your paddle and just... Like, they're coming off with blood on their face. There is more biff than vintage Origin.
Why isn't this sport getting more coverage?
I don't know.
I feel like putting kayaking, barrel rolling and violence together is the way to go.
Boats and violence. What's not to love?
Wow. And we're the best at it.
Of course we are.
Which is even better. Yeah.
We are so good by sea.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
But yeah.
They're good on the Foxes. For being the
and
kayak.
Fans. Big Blues fans.
Are they? Yes,
Big Blues fans.
I did see a photo of Jess in a Blues jersey.
Yeah.
I showed it to him and I was like, you see, she gets it. Olympic gold.
I believe they're Penny Panthers fans.
Well,
hate that.
A good time to be a Penny Panther fan.
Yeah.
100%.
Anyway, how's your week been?
Yeah, good. Actually had a really cruisy weekend.
Love that.
My 2 main guys here went and did the trip for the content team, so I got to watch the games in Newcastle and help out from afar. So no, it was a good weekend. Obviously, the girls winning in Canberra was awesome, and the boys put up a good fight against the Panthers. So all in all, it was a good weekend.
We'll get into a bit of a recap, but your week is going to get even better because do you know Jay Nelson?
Yeah.
Who we have on the show this week?
I do know. Mr. Fletcher Sharpe.
Oh, you just ruined the surprise.
Was I not meant to know?
You meant to go who?
Oh, okay.
But it's fine. It's Fletcher Sharpe.
Who have we got on the show today, Lavender?
We have the one and only Fletcher Sharpe.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. What a guy.
The man, the mullet, the legend.
Yes.
He's coming in.
He's coming in for a chat.
The boy from Cessnock.
He's
2.0.
I reckon debuting on this show is got to be up there with actually debuting in the NRL.
I would say it's above it.
Okay, yeah.
But I've also not debuted in the NRL, so this is the best I'm going to get.
We'd have a very biased outlook on what's better on that one.
But let's get into the footy.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah, 100%.
I want to start with the girls. After talking to Benny Jeffries last week, I was really, really just like watching this like a hawk, and it sucks because I think the Raiders did exactly what we all predicted that the Raiders would do and be fast, be quick on the attack, have a really solid start to the game. But we got Lillian White scoring on debut.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of a trend happening with people scoring on debut.
It's happened a lot this year. We're very, very lucky when it comes to that. Between the girls and the guys, we've had, I think it's 3 people score on debut, 3 or 4. So, yeah, unreal.
And then that penalty try to end.
Yeah. Well, it's... The thing is with that, it's Tamika. She very rarely makes a mistake in that sort of thing.
I feel like anyone else would be like, she would have got that. And look, no matter how you look at it, even if they're not going to award a penalty try, it's a penalty anyway, and Jessie's got a kick from it in front at full time. So we're winning the game either way, no matter how they looked at it. But yeah, the girls, I think, as you said, Canberra did what they are good at, which is their forward pack's very good. Their movement down the middle, you could see they were any time that one of our girls was slow to get back to marker or slow to get back on side, they were just exploiting that down the middle, and it was working for them, especially that first 10 minutes. We didn't see the ball, and but it shows the class of our side. Like, you could see 10-0 down, all the momentum's with Canberra, but then as soon as we got the ball in our hands and we had a bit of possession, we wanted it.
We just started rolling, and I think
that's 11 in a row.
Yeah, and it's unreal, and
after the games, and especially after the Roosters game, but also after the Canberra game, you could see they were visibly, happy that they won, but they weren't content with how they played.
Yeah, which I do have to say, I think, did you expect Canberra to be this good this season? I did not have them in my predicted top 4.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like generally the talent will be better across the league. I don't think there's going to be too many blowouts, but
which makes it for a juicy season of footy.
And that's when your good players are standing up. So we win on the bell who kicked the ball, Jesse Southwell, who was there to catch it, Tamika Upton. Those players are the ones that stand up when it's a tight game and you need something to happen.
Which I do think that, like, if we are, touch wood.
Nothing's made of wood here. This feels like laminate wood type situation.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
If we are to get the three-peat this year, I think it would feel so much sweeter in a season like this where there is so much good competition. Like, first game was a win that, like, it felt good. It wasn't just we are by far and away the best team in the league and it was a cakewalk. It felt like a game that we had to earn, and that's the best footy to watch.
Yeah. And it's also very character building, I feel, for a group. If you're winning tight games, your complacency coming in isn't as big of a risk. If you're blowing everyone out, then there are games where you probably think, oh yeah, we got this. But I think the girls, you could tell, as I said, they were happy that they won, but you could tell they weren't stoked.
They wanted more.
Yeah, and I said this to my wife when I was watching the game. I said, that's what I love about our team to start with. But the second thing is the girls have to realise that every team they play are coming to knock us off. We're the 2-time reigning premiers.
The first team to beat us off our unbeaten run.
They're coming to.
It's been a full season now. Actually,
every game,
full season. Because it was round 2 last year that we lost.
Correct, and every game against the Knights for that team is a statement game. We've got to beat the Knights to show that we're legit. So I think we're going to see a lot of win by 2, win by 4, win by 6, and that's cool too. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be 30-0. It doesn't have to be 40-10. If, as you said, if it's close and it's a grind-out game and our big players stand up when it matters the most and we get the job done, then that's also a really good tip of the cap and shows how good we are.
And I think this is where we've spoken so much this year with all the girls, with Ben, about fitness and about the fact that the girls are fitter than ever. That now feels so much more crucial than when we were talking about it pre-season. Now watching these games all across the round.
They're faster, aren't they?
That fitness, I think, is going to be our X factor because these games are going to be tough.
Yeah, man. And I've watched a lot of the other games, and the thing that I'm seeing that's sort of across the league is ruck speed and, middles rolling down the field. They're faster, quicker, stronger, so defensive lines are going to have to, again, after they make a tackle, making sure they're completing the tackle, getting back to marker, getting back on side. It's very crucial, and your fitness plays a huge part in that sort of thing. So, no, it was great to see the girls win. Then we went to Penrith on Sunday. Always hard to beat Penrith in Penrith. We all know how good they are. The game started for us with Jacob, getting a calf injury in the warm-up, which is never a great start. But Kearney came in.
Calves will get you. A sneaky calf.
Yeah, actually.
Sometimes it's a warm-up. Sometimes
you're walking out of the Kent after walking from Sydney.
They sneak up on you.
I love that comparison. Kearney had just played 40 minutes of cup. He got called back in to play NRL. Yeah, so, it just looks like that whole thing was like, this is what we've been dealing with all year. There's just always seems to be something happening or something going on. But full credit to the boys.
Full credit to the boys.
Fiend played great in the halves. Obviously there's been a lot of stuff in the media about, a few moments there at the end of the game with punter, but, man, that 40-20 he kicked. Defensively, he was great. A lot of the kicking duties was on his shoulders because we did have inexperienced halves. Fletch, who will be coming up soon, he was on the wing, so I think, the the guys that are on that team sheet, that performance, I think, mirrored the guys on the team sheet. It's all effort. It's all heart. You know they weren't going to lay down. You knew they were going to give them a run for their money. And the difference was just sometimes the other team has a really good halfback, and that's
sometimes the other team are like arguably the best team to play the sport of rugby league in the last decade.
Yeah. So, but they can hold their heads up high, and if they take the framework of what they did last weekend into this weekend, especially being at home, I reckon we get it done and we keep the season alive.
That's what we want to hear.
All right, let's go talk to Fletch.
Welcome back to Knights HQ. We are joined by the one and only Fletcher Sharpe. How's it going?
It's good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Was this the most exciting thing after debuting for the club? Debuting for the pod?
Yeah.
Very close second.
I was going to, second, I feel like surely there's a ranking we can put our case forward for number one.
Yeah, it's borderline.
Yeah.
You know what we're going to start with today, mate? People say, we should talk about footy, but,
I think
this is footy themed.
You're an expert in something bigger than footy.
Yep.
And that's mullets.
Yep.
Big mullet guy.
Good idea,
yeah.
Huge fan of the mullet. Before we start, best mullet of all time.
Are we saying at all time or like in footy?
All time.
All time.
Right now, I like Cam Smith right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice. Great mullet. Great Australian.
Great name. I'm going to name my kid Cam Smith.
Well, he'll be good at sport, so that's good.
Odds?
Yeah, odds are.
All time, I don't really know.
I'm thinking like Kenny Powers, Eastbound and Down. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh,
he was born in 2004.
Yeah, Eastbound and Down. When did that? Am I that old that show's like
don't know, Bob.
that old?
I think so.
Really? Oh, no.
But now that Jay
Watch
has
Eastbound and Down.
aged himself.
Heaps funny. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to give you 5 mullets.
Yep.
That is a receipt of my fuel, so we won't do that. Okay, we're going to give you 5 mullets.
We're blind ranking them.
You got to blind rank them.
So 1 through 5.
Right, yeah, so I don't know what's
We
coming
don't know
next.
who's coming next.
Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Right, yeah.
First up, be kind. Tyson Gamble.
Oh, no.
Not
He's got
current.
a bit of length on the mullet there.
Yeah.
We'll put punter at... We'll put him in the middle, put him at 3.
3.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, look, that's fair because he doesn't actually have one anymore.
Yeah,
and
I know.
this is Broncos era, so,
that's
we
fair
don't
enough.
like him.
Yeah.
That's
we
fair
hated
enough.
him then.
Yeah, but if he brought it back in the red and blue,
Oh, yeah.
it's got to
be up there.
Push it up there a little bit more. Yeah, 100%.
Next up,
Bring it back, punter. Oh, that's good. Curly too. I'm going to go 2.
That's pretty good. Just so people that are listening, we've looked at a photo of Kevin Hardwick there. He played for the Balmain in the 80s.
80s era.
That is something special.
It's a really good.
That's a proper mullet.
that's real deal.
We used to be a country.
Yeah.
Next up, Pappy.
I went for that look for a little bit too.
Okay.
I went through the blonde.
Was he the inspiration?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
that holds near and dear to your heart then, right? So it's got to be up there.
So what have we got remaining? We've got 1, 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
I don't think it can be 4. We'll go 1.
Oh.
Okay.
Go 1.
Okay. You're going to regret that because you got something really good coming up next. Kafusi.
Oh, no, 5. 5.
You got to give him kudos for just going, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Him, yeah.
I had to explain to my mum during Origin, she's like, why is his hairline so bad? I'm like, no, that's a choice. Like, that is an active decision that he has made there to go with this.
But I think surely the hairline has dictated certain decisions.
Yeah, he's like,
that.
if it's going to start receding, I'm going to speed that up.
Yeah. Like, I could pull that off 100% because I've got nothing going up top. But around the back, I reckon I could get it going.
Right.
Yeah.
Odds.
Yeah.
We win the premiership this year. Either premiership.
Yeah.
You do the Kafusi.
Oh, why not? 100%.
Done.
I'll do the Kafusi.
You heard it
no
here
dramas.
first.
Yeah.
And last but not least,
It takes 4.
it's got to be 4.
ET at 4. There you go.
What are your thoughts?
Well, again, he doesn't really have one anymore, does he?
No,
I haven't watched ET Fishing Adventures in a while.
No.
Is that still a show?
I love fishing, so I've actually watched a little bit of that.
Yeah. Is he doing the Origin thing for with
The
Fletch and that?
and Sam Thaiday.
Yeah. That was actually pretty good. Yeah.
So who do we have? We had Pap at 1.
Pap at 1.
We go to
Kevin Hardwick was 2.
Then
Punter.
ET.
ET.
And then Kafusi. That's not bad.
I feel
I'm
like
happy with that list.
that's probably the most accurate ranking.
Well, I reckon we put Fletch at 1. Just add one more. Put Fletch at 1, and then there's 6 there. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
All right. Now we've broken the ice. Let's talk footy. Not the result we wanted this week, but what are the positive takeaways we can get from that game?
I think we worked on something all week, and we actually went out there on the weekend and we executed that for probably 85-90% of the game. It's probably something that we've been struggling with a little bit recently, I think, like sort of going out there and actually executing what we've been trying to put into practice. But I thought we were pretty good in that area on the weekend.
How'd you feel on the wing?
Yeah, it was good. It was something different.
Yeah.
So I've played probably only a handful of games there ever.
Yeah.
So I played a couple of games there for Cessnock.
Yeah.
First grade like a couple of years ago, but no, it was good. I enjoyed it.
I was watching them, like, when you look at it, like, obviously they are different positions, especially obviously you're in the defensive line is probably the biggest difference. But, you know, even when you're playing fullback, you're under the high ball, you're making catches, you're making carries out of our own end. So there are similarities in the positions. What were the things you had to work on? What were the things you had to sort of train your brain to kind of, you know, the major differences in between playing fullback and playing the wing?
Yeah, so a lot of the like attacking stuff is pretty similar in our own half.
Yeah.
But mainly defensive.
Yeah.
So I haven't really defended.
When there's a ball shift, knowing what's going on and knowing where to be. Yeah.
But
it's good having Gags there.
So I had a pretty good edge. I had Frizz, Punter, Gags. They took pretty good care of me.
Yeah, unreal. Yeah. No, man.
It's been a pretty massive start to the year for you. At the start of the year, did you see yourself playing first grade?
Nah, not really. So you hope for that to happen, but so you don't really realise how close you are until
you get the tap on the shoulder.
So at the start of the year, started at Cup and then had a little injury which sort of set things back a little bit. But sort of come out of nowhere, I guess.
It was weird for us because Davey was named that week and he had a calf issue. So we weren't sure what was going on with him. And then you were coming to Melbourne and then we were obviously taking content of you, you know, training, doing your thing just in case you were playing. And then Davey couldn't play and then you're in. And then it was awesome that your parents got to come down to Melbourne. Yeah. And for people that haven't seen it, like every time I play debuts here, we try and get a Knights old boy to give you your jersey along with your family and other things. So you got to get your jersey presented by Robbie Ross.
Yep.
Which is a cool, he's the number 1 Storm player that they signed. Yeah, he's a Knights old boy, so that was a cool connection. But mate, that night, your jersey present, that was awesome. You could see how much it meant to you. You could see how much it meant to your family. And you just knew that, you know, whatever happened the next day at the game, like, you know, it was going to be on because you could just see how much it meant to you.
Yeah. So you think of that moment for so long, I guess. You think about what it's going to be like and then it's sort of you're there and yes, all the emotion sort of takes over. Something you've worked for a long time, and then so you stood there in front of the playing squad, the coaches and your family, which is it's something very special.
Yeah, unreal.
And what a debut it was! Try on debut.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Yeah, the try was good. I bombed one probably 10 minutes earlier, so felt like I had to try and get one back. But that feeling was unreal when I. Across the line. And
good opposition to start your NRL career with, like,
Melbourne
especially down there,
it's probably been one of the difficult places to play for the last...
You're not dipping the toe.
I don't know
You're straight in,
They were like, hey, Fletch, you want to play footy? Cool. We're going to Melbourne. You play Melbourne. Strap in.
Yeah. I remember running out. It was just like, you know, it all went quiet for a bit and then they ran out. It was just like the place just sort of erupted.
Yeah.
And I was like, right,
I noticed too in that game, you were pretty, what am I going to say? Like, you were active in trying to get your hands on the ball as much as you could at the start of the game to get yourself into the game.
Yeah.
Because you hear a lot of people when they debut, they're like, once I made the first run with the ball, I kind of everything settled down and I was into the grind. Is that what you were trying to do? Just try and get yourself involved as quick as you could to get it sort of rolling along?
Yeah, for sure. So and then the first there was no stoppage for about 9.5 minutes, I think. I remember looking up at the board in the first stoppage. I was like,
it's been 10 minutes already.
I don't think I'm going to get through the game. But that was the plan. Just sort of, all the week they said just back yourself, just get your hands on the footy as much as you can, and just back your game, and that's what I tried to do. Yeah.
And what was the pressure like? Obviously, you are filling in for KP, but then Davey came in, he killed it, then taking over, and you having your debut. Did you talk to KP or talk to Davey before that? Like, what was that like, getting into that mindset?
Yeah, KP was great for me for that period. Say, Davey went down during the week, and I thought sort of, I said, you're a chance. KP was injured that time, so he was massive for me. He was out in the field most training sessions, just sort of following me around, talking through sort of the game plan and little tips that he does that help him, and just trying to implement them into my game, I guess. But yeah, pressure a little bit, but coaching staff were great. They backed me. They said, we believe in you, just go out there and do your thing, and that's what I tried to do.
I feel like your debut is like a really good case study, because when coaches talk to younger athletes, it's very cliche to say it, but it's always train hard and be ready, because you never know.
Yeah,
it's cliche to say it, but in your case, you literally never know when you're going to be out there. So training to think, I might debut next year, or I might get there. Like, nah, you never know. It could be next week if certain things happen.
Yeah, say I was literally, I think I played flag the week before.
Yeah.
And then, say, in training, I was doing a pose. I was on the Lions team, we were getting first grade ready for the game, and I was running on the fullback. I was being Pappenhausen, running their shapes, and then it just happened. I was like, say Davey went down, unfortunately, with an injury, and then I was like, oh, yeah,
I'm not Paps anymore. I'm now going to play KP spot, so off we go. Yeah,
big chance of playing it.
No, man, you did really well. It was awesome. And the other the question we've got here too is there something in the water up at Cessnock?
I don't know. There must be something. Yeah. might be the air out there. It's a bit different out there, but no, it's good.
It was awesome to see all your family down there with all their Goannas jerseys on and all that stuff in the crowd. Well, that was awesome. I think Jimmy here took a really good video of you up there, hugging your mates and stuff. It would have been awesome to have all your family there and your mates. And
yeah, so it was a bit tricky trying to get everyone in early because couldn't sort of...
Yeah, you didn't know what was going... Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but... Yeah, no, it was awesome. The club took care of mum and dad. They got them down there. Heaps of my family come down as well. And then, say, heaps of mates from home, from school. Yeah. People I played with since under sixes at the Goeies, they were down there. They were down there in their kit. So looking over there after the game, I could hear them every tackle, every run.
Yeah, mad.
When Nelson got hold of me. That was probably the loudest you I heard all day. No, but it was good.
It was a sight to behold, seeing some Cessnock Goanna jerseys up at Amy Park in Melbourne. It was unreal.
Yeah, no, Goeies probably don't venture down that way too much.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
Surely that's the dedication of the Cessnock Goannas, though, to be like, Fletcher's debuting, everyone get in the car, we're driving to Melbourne.
100%.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty big football area, Cessnock, so they love the footy out there.
Yeah. For the people that don't know, mate, like, tell us about your footy journey. Like, where did it start? How old were you? What did you start? Like, what was your position? Were you always playing fullback? How did it all begin?
So I started at Goeies probably. I played 2 years under sixes, so at five, I think. I actually found one of my jerseys the other day.
There you go.
I reckon it would still fit me. Used to play in the big jersey. It comes down to your knees.
Yeah.
So I played all the way till I was 17s there.
Yep.
And then it went over to the senior ground.
Yep.
Played. I didn't really play too much there senior wise, really, because then it sort of kicks off here. So I come through 14s, 15s development sides here.
Yep.
And then say jumps to Hal Mats and you do sort of the half season and then go back to club.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I played.
So from like 14 to 17, you're doing both at the same time, pretty much. Yeah.
Say the first half of the season, early on, you're in here doing like representative stuff with the Knights, and then you go back and finish off the club season. But I was halfback until
there you go.
Probably I played.
So there is something in the water at Cessnock for halfbacks.
Yeah. I played halfback all the way until second year of Harold Matts. I played. The first year was that when COVID kicked off.
Yeah.
And then the second year we had Oaks.
Yeah, gotcha.
As a coach.
Yeah.
And same sort of thing. Someone just went down injured halfway through a game and got chucked back there. And then I don't think we've ever really been back since.
Yeah. So it was just
history.
Yeah. So it wasn't a coaching thing or it was just someone went down during a game and you went back there and you haven't gone back since.
Yeah. we were playing. I think we were playing Cronulla at. Is it PointsBet down there? Maybe at Cronulla,
Shark Park.
Yeah, and say halfway through the second half, maybe 15 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So fullback went down. I just jumped back there, and then the next week, Oaks just asked me, "You happy to play there again?" I thought, "Yeah."
Yeah, sweet.
So I haven't really been back to half since.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What's one of your sort of fond memories earlier in your career here being at the Knights? Obviously, your current form and your debut and stuff would be your stuff, but when you were coming through the grades or anything like a little fork in the road that obviously the one you just mentioned is a big one, going back to fullback that game, but is there something that sticks out?
I think coming through second year SG ball, and then I made the jump into Flegg. Sort of would have been 2 years young, I think, maybe. Yeah. Gleeso brought me in there. That just I think, playing against bigger bodies, you're in there more consistent, sort of speeds up your development, I guess. It was pretty big for me. So they go full year as well.
Yeah.
So you're not doing the half year. You're in there full time, like full year. I mean, like the full 25 rounds and then finals. So we're lucky to we made the semis, went through the semis, and we made the grand final. And I got beaten that field goal that everyone's probably seen.
Yeah. Sorry, go left.
I do want to ask you, growing up in Cessnock, being a lifelong club fan, what is your earliest Knights memory?
That's a good one.
I feel like
as a fan,
you were too young. We were well and truly out of the 2001 glory days before you were even born. I feel like I looked it up. The year that you were born, we had like Tamana Tahu and the Gidleys. What's your earliest memory?
I had a soft spot for Manly as well. I used to love Brett.
Don't say that.
I used to love Brett Stewart. So I remember watching. I was over here. I think it might have been Mitch Pearce's first game, maybe.
Yep, 2018 when we field goal.
Oh, that's terrifying.
That was Caelan's first. Was that Caelan's first game too?
I would have. This is probably my font, memory that you remember the most.
Yeah.
But say I would have been then 12 maybe. Yeah, probably would have been.
What year were you born?
2004.
14.
I would have been 14. Yeah. I remember sitting. I think I was in Bay 50.
Yeah.
And Piercy kicked the field goal to win it. That was pretty cool. And then I was still a fan last year watching them play the Raiders in the semi final at home.
And that's funny. We're just talking about you scored on debut. Well, Caelan scored on debut that game too.
Yeah.
First touch of the ball, I think it was actually.
Yeah,
he scored. It's crazy.
So yeah.
There's something in the water.
Oh man, we've been very lucky. I think this year because you did it, Davey did it,
Will did it.
And Lily did it on the weekend for the girls.
Yeah.
So we've had heaps of people score on debut.
This is the club you want to debut.
I know.
So what was that like? A year ago you were in the stands as a fan and now all your mates are out there that you probably went to the footy with watching you.
Yeah, we literally sat on about 30-metre line watching the game last year as a fan.
Yeah.
Riding every wave. Domi running down the sideline there.
Crazy.
Until you thought ice the game and then they come back. But yeah, and then coming over here this year and actually playing, it's happened very quickly. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, really. But I think it'll all sink in at sort of the end of the year when you settle down, you have a bit of time to reflect on sort of what you've done in such a short period of time, I guess.
Was it always the childhood dream?
Yeah, for sure. I used to be a footy mad.
Yeah.
You'd look at the team list every Tuesday and then I'd go out in the front yard. I'd verse myself. I'd commentate. I'd commentate all the games in the front yard.
Rab's voice, full Rab's voice.
Yeah, fully into it. Every play, and then the week would end, and then I'd do the replays out the front.
Gotcha.
I'd replay how they scored. It'd be the exact scoreline, but so growing up, it's always been sort of the goal to make it this far.
How you feeling about the weekend?
Yeah, excited. Back at home.
Yeah.
Good opportunity to sort of keep building on what I think we did last weekend. Sort of we need to win, obviously. So that's the main goal. And I think if we can, keep improving on what we did last week, that's a really good stepping stone going into these last 5 weeks and hopefully go on a good run. Yeah,
you can tell, the effort was there. You know what I mean? And I think I was saying this to the guys, like the blokes on the team sheet mirror that. You know what I mean? Sure, we've got some injuries and some blokes playing out of position, but the guys that are there
are all effort.
They're all showing up.
You know what I mean? Everyone's showing up. You know, it was never going to be a blowout or anything because, you know, just the ticker that's in the team is there.
Which makes it hurt so much more.
Correct.
Watching that game,
Correct.
there was so much, good to take out of that game, and it just didn't go our way.
And look, that's how good you have to be to play in the NRL and win. It's one play. It's one bit of polish. It's one ball. You know what I mean? There's the difference in a lot of these games, which you would know that firsthand. Yeah. But, the Tigers, you know, obviously they're at a part of their season where they know they can't make the 8, but they're, you know, teams that have nothing to lose, just they throw the ball around. They're going to play fast. You know, you can't underestimate the opposition. What's something that sort of, you know, you've done review today, what's something that you guys have looked at and think how it's going to go on the weekend?
Yeah, they've got a lot of attacking strike power.
Yeah.
That's right, and they're one of the most highest shift teams.
Yeah.
So they shift the ball.
Well, Benj is their coach. You know, he's not going to. He's going to say, "Do it." You know, go nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. Saying they got nothing to lose, so they're going to be looking to throw the ball around and score points. I think so. Defensively, last week I think was probably one of our best defensive games we've had in a while.
Yeah.
So they scored 3 tries, but all off. They went up for the same thing. I think defensively on our edges we'll have to be good because they're going to look to go around us a fair bit. But I think if we build off last week, we'll be sweet.
Yeah, perfect. Big game on Sunday. We've got a triple header: Cup, NRL, NRLW.
Where else would you want to be on a
Sunday
arvo?
Exactly right. Make sure you get to McDonald Jones Stadium.
Maybe in Cessnock.
Yeah, watching the game. Cessnock Leagues. Surely that's
Cessnock Leagues.
Yeah, 100%. Mate, well, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for the chat.
I enjoyed it.
We've learnt that that Pap was the inspiration behind the mullet. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Do you think there's kids getting a mullet and going, "This is the Fletcher Sharpe"?
I was going to say, yeah. You're passing the torch to the next generation.
Yeah. Maybe. Hopefully we can inspire a few mullets. It's always good to see a mullet.
Yeah, unreal. We'll try and pick out some mullets in the audience, and we'll see if we can get someone to say that Fletcher was the inspiration behind it.
I love that.
For sure.
All right, mate.
Cheers. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thanks so much.
All right, picture this, Lav. Sunday arvo, McDonald Jones. You're with all your good mates. It's about 5 p.m. It's half time. It's golden hour. The Sun's gone behind the Western Grandstand. The Knights are up 18-0. To me, that's heaven. Do you reckon that's heaven?
It sounds pretty close. And do you know the best way to get there?
How?
Is by purchasing a Gen K membership today.
You can score access to 3 games of your choice on the hill with a Gen K membership. Plus, look at this guy. Limited edition Pie Guy corduroy.
It is an incredible hat. 10 out of 10.
I didn't check the size or the back bit before I put it on then,
and
it fits perfect.
Oh, it fits perfect?
Out of the box. Bang.
It looks beautiful. Not just that, you can get discounts on a whole bunch of things, tickets, merchandise, food and beverage, and you can get a digital membership card. So you can just scan straight into McDonald Jones.
If you lock in your membership now, you can choose which games you want to come along to, including our upcoming double header with our NRL and NRLW squads.
Where else would you want to be?
Where else would you want to be, man? Great hat. Great mates, the footy, Gen K, get on board, up the Knights.
Up the Knights. Join the crew today at knightshub.com.au.
Fletch, what a man, what a guy, what a chat.
What a story. I love to see people that have grown up in the area.
The coalfields.
He's
made it. He's made it.
He's living every kid that played for the Cessnock Goannas' dreams. Yeah. And that's nice to see.
And he's a great footy player and he's a better bloke. So...
And you know where you can see him?
Wish him all the best. Yes, correct.
You can see him this Sunday. Double header. You can see him. You can see the girls.
Correct.
Full credit to both of them.
What a segue. If you want to be a member of the Newcastle Knights for 2024, this is your last chance. 3 general admission games, $85. They're all double headers. We have a lot of footy left. It's a weird time of year. Round 22, you think, it's close. No. There's still a month and a half to go.
Yeah.
So get your memberships now.
Only 2 weeks into the girls' season.
Correct. Get on the hill. It's going to be a great couple of days. Sunday, look, two winnable games for the Knights.
Yeah.
So you'd be an idiot to miss it. It could be a great day.
I feel like you've just given the biggest dad lecture of all time.
Well, look.
This is your last chance.
Well.
Get a membership.
If that's what you want to call it, I'm happy with that. And if we want to bully people into buying memberships, I'm happy with that too.
That's show business, baby.
Get around the Knights in 2024. Lav. Thanks again, mate.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Pleasure doing business with you as always.
If you want to watch the show, you can check us out on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram at NRL Nights at Nights HQ. Subscribe on Apple and Spotify and everywhere else that you listen to podcasts.
Leave a review. Hopefully all 5 stars.
Give us 5 stars. Tell us how great Fletcher Sharpe was.
Correct.
And we'll see you next week.
Notification bells too on YouTube. When the video drops, you'll know when it drops.
Ding.
Next week, me and Lav are back. Nights HQ. It's going to be a great one. We'll see you soon.
Great one. See you then.